gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to The Road to Glory. I've got about 10 minutes worth of gameplay, and then we're going to go into the live portion. Now, the live portion, I think, is going to be from yesterday's content. We've got a fair bit to talk about there. Let's go through some of the comments. Top comment, obviously, was left after the Champions League final. I don't want to bang on about it too much because I hate talking about football on YouTube and social media in general, really, because I never really rub it in. If Liverpool beat a team, I'll never go on and stick it in people's faces. I'm not an obnoxious Liverpool fan. I know there are a lot of them about, and in football fans in general, but we did just win a major trophy, so there's going to be a little bit of gloating going on. But Hayde says, Spurs were the better team and deserved to win, but fair play Liverpool. I appreciate you not being toxic. Let's just say. I don't know if you're a Tottenham fan, but the game was awful in general. Let's talk about it for a second. The game was terrible. Both sides were awful, regardless of who deserved to win or not. Both teams played very, very badly. There were mistakes from both teams. It just wasn't a normal game between two Premier League sides, and I think it had a lot of factors. Maybe nerves, match sharpness was definitely a problem. The heat was a big problem. I think if Liverpool or even Spurs had played against Barcelona, Madrid, or a team who are used to heat, I think both of them would have lost. Barca would have beaten both of those teams because they were used to the climate, shall we say. But I mean, ultimately, I would say Liverpool took their chances, but I mean, they didn't really, did they? They were, I wouldn't say gifted. I think it was a penalty. Why Sissoko's got his arm up like that, I'll never know. I think it was a pen, but either way, it was just one of those. Had that penalty not been given, it would have been the most cagiest game going right from the beginning to the end, because Liverpool getting that early goal, if anything, spurred Tottenham on to actually go for it. And yeah, they were the better side, but they just couldn't take their chances. But it is what it is. Liverpool ran out winners in the end, right? And that's probably going to be the last word on it. Like I said, I just don't want to get on people's nerves with it. I don't want to rub it in people's faces. I'm happy. I've celebrated by myself. I put maybe one or two tweets out in the group chat that I'm in. I keep banging on about it for a laugh, but I won't. I'm not a knob, basically. Andrea says, don't you regret that you've got rid of George Best? I've just completed his prime SBC and he's godly. I haven't got rid of him. He's on the bench, and he does come on every game. But no, not really. I mean, the way that I personally play the game, someone like Gareth Bale or Ronaldo or even Socrates suits me better. As you can see, I'm not scoring as many crosses, and it's not down to me trying to change the way that I play to suit people watching. I've stopped crossing the ball as much because they don't seem to be working for me anymore. Up until yesterday. Now I've changed my settings, they are working again. So expect to see a lot of crosses tomorrow. But today in today's gameplay, I should say, I've got something in my eye. We're using an awful lot of first time shots. We're trying to work our way through the middle, and I'm just not getting. It's not that I'm not getting as many results with it. I'm coming up against some really good people, but I don't know. I'm finding motivation difficult this weekend because I'm not that bothered about the red picks, and that's my main sort of reason for playing Weekend League. In fact, it's my only reason for playing Weekend League. 55k packs are great and all, but I can generate more packs than what Weekend League can get me in far less time with a lot less stress. But the red picks are the reason I am playing Weekend League. And because the red picks aren't great, in terms of, yes, we can get a Messi, we can get a Griezmann, they would be amazing. But apart from the main La Liga strikers, there aren't really any players in that La Liga team like Canales. I'm not bothered about him at all. Santi Cazorla would be great as a super sub, but again, I'm not that bothered. He's cheap enough anyway. There are a lot of players in there that aren't bad, but they are cheap enough to buy. Messi, Griezmann, Suarez, Benzema. think that's it. Maybe I'm missing one, but apart from those, I don't care about the rest of them. The SBCs, on the other hand, the SBCs are banging. I am loving the SBC content at the moment from EA. I'm hoping they have another madness today. I think foot swaps, as you watch this, you'll already know, and we're about to go live in about 5 minutes, and I'll go through it with you. But I think foot swaps are due today as well. A lot of people, including Xenoduck, says that he didn't get a single walkout from Marquee Matchups, and that's bad news, Bears, that is, and you have my sympathy there. I was very, very lucky with my my Marquee Matchup packs. I did. I made money on them first and foremost. So what happened was at 6 o'clock. I didn't show you this because it was kind of a bit. It was a bit of a panic, right? Because there was copyright music playing for a start, but it was very much a panic. So 6 o'clock dropped. I had a look at the objectives, and I had a look at the I had a look at the SBCs, and I instantly saw what a goal that is, by the way. I instantly saw Sergio Ramos. Didn't look at Marquee Matchups initially. Saw Sergio Ramos. I had a look at the requirements, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to need Real Madrid players. So I went out and bought about 8 Vasquez, 83 rated, for about 2k a pop. Sometimes less, and no more. And now he's worth, well, I say now he's worth, he was worth about 3.5k yesterday when I was looking. Haven't looked today. Hopefully he's worth more. So I've made money there. And then I went and had a look at Marquee Matchups, and I thought, oh, dear, what am I going to do here? Because you need, obviously, UCL cards, which there are a lot of people going on in the comments about how annoying it is that we can't do it. There's Louise. It says all the UCL rare players are extinct. I can't buy them because they're nowhere to be found. So that initially, I did something clicked in my head. I was like, right, I've got to go buy them, and I didn't care about how many I needed. I didn't care about what ones I needed, etc. Just went on the market and I started buying them. Started picking them up for 4k, and then eventually I couldn't buy anymore because people were beating me to them. Lifted up to 6k, and I bought quite a few at 6k. I was lucky enough to buy a lot more than I needed, so I've actually made a lot of money even before I opened the packs. The ones that I was buying, I had a couple in the club already anyway, but the ones that I was buying for, that's an AIDS goal, that should never have gone in. But don't worry, karma's right around the corner. I bought about 4 or 5 more than what I should have bought, or what I needed to buy, I should say. So luckily, I made a lot of profit. I was selling ones I was buying for like 4k for 10k, and in fact there were 2 that had a max price of 17,000 coins. And because they are literally extinct up to 20k, I was lucky enough to be able to sell them at max price. I think his name is Trossard. I'll show you. I've got him on the transfer list. I've got one of them left on the transfer list sold. So I'll show you exactly who it is. Leon, midfielder. His max price is 17,000 for whatever reason, and I've sold both of them for max price at 17k, and they were bought for under 5k. So I've made an absolute bomb there. On 2 of those players alone, I made a bomb. This is a great goal from Socrates, low driven. Someone told me that Socrates' low drivens are very overpowered, and I think that not just Socrates, but any player in general, I struggle to score low drivens unless I'm on the strong foot and it's sort of like a curled opportunity. You know, back in FIFA 18 where you would be running on goal and you would cut it across the keeper. I can't do that in FIFA 19. It doesn't let me. It just drags it wide. If I'm looking to hit it into the corner that I'm facing, low drivens are insane. But otherwise, I can't cut it across goal. It's really annoying. A lot of people are saying congrats, totally deserved, and I appreciate that massively because, again, that's going back to the Champions League very briefly. It's an easy situation to be salty, and you know, the whole football community in general can be very bitter. So I appreciate people not being asshats, basically, in the comments. Is Ronaldo still worth it at this stage in this weird game? Yeah, I'd say so. There are a lot of people, there's a few comments that say no, due to the fact that there are a lot of other people out there, like Team of the Seasons and stuff like that. But I would say that Ronaldo's body type suits the game very, very well. He's got skills. There he is with missing an open, well, not an open goal, but a header. He's got skills. His body type is fantastic. He's strong. He's quick. I'd say that he's still a very good player. There are definitely a lot of cards out there that are on paper as good as, if not better than him, but it's just his body type in game. It just suits the game so well. So I would still say that he's got a sort of a part to play, shall we say. But we are about to go live now because, like I said, there is a fair bit to talk about with regards to SBCs. So I've just come off a stream, and obviously it's Sunday, so we were expecting a guaranteed Turkish League team of the season. I'm just going to check Twitter to see if there's any updates. No, none that I can see. So we were meant to get a Turkish League guaranteed team of the season SBC. We got it, but we didn't get it, and I'll explain that in a second, just in case for whatever reason you don't know. We are about 900,000 coins at the moment. I was over 1 million yesterday. There are a few reasons why. So we're not at 1 million anymore, by the way. We'll go through that in a minute. Kondogbia, Stones, and Ginter, and basically all of this stuff, apart from the 2 blues, they were packed through some Bundesliga packs that you will see tomorrow. I think, to be fair, there's not an awful lot worth showing you, so let's just forget about that. I got one walkout actually from that, which I will show you tomorrow, but the rest of it, I barely got boards. In fact, I think I got 1 board, 1 walkout. The walkout is awful, although it is a walkout, so I'm not ungrateful or anything. But we will show you that tomorrow. That's the French Champions League player that I said about. 17,000 coins, and people are actually buying it. Even the non-rares were selling for about 4 or 5k. To be fair, yesterday the non-rares were selling for a little bit more than that. But I made sure to only buy rares at 6 o'clock. So I've done alright there. And we've sold all this nonsense just for whatever we could sell it for. There's a Nuremberg player there out of bronze pack method. I did about, I would say about 10, 15k's worth of bronze pack method last night. And that took me down to about I think it was on 1,020,000 coins or something. And I went down to about 1.5 or whatever it is, 1,005,000 coins. And then I went out and bought someone and built this team. Of course, if you've seen the video already, then you know Divock Origi is now in the team. He cost me 88,000 coins. Now, I was going to sell him straight away, but to be fair to him, he's actually scoring some bangers and he's actually doing alright. Now, this team right here is awful on paper compared to my main team. So my main team looks like this. Where is it? There it is. So that's my main team. Yeah, a few players off chem, dodgy things here or there, but we do have Tellez in there, 93, Casemiro's in there, of course, various other players, Ronaldo starting, blah, blah, blah. But I am playing so bad right now. I'm awful. I'm playing very, very bad. So I decided, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to play with my Liverpool team, or thereabouts. You know, I know there's 2 players in there that aren't Liverpool, but I'm just going to play with this team. And I'm currently 2-0 with this team. Jordan Henderson is an absolute revelation. The guy is insane. He basically plays like he does in real life. He has insane stamina, and he runs around the pitch just trying to get the ball back, and he doesn't stop from start to finish. He's phenomenal. Really, really, really enjoying him in game right now. Divock Origi, as I said, he's scoring a few bangers for me. There's a dedicated video if you want. Incidentally, I don't score a single goal in that dedicated video, but in Foot Champs, he seems to just bang them in. Whether it be off the bench and scoring headers, or in the last game, and you'll see the footage for that tomorrow, he scores an absolute screamer from the edge of the area. Wasn't even a first time shot, but there we go. I'm actually enjoying it. I think I'm going to play the rest of the weekend league with that team, incidentally. Jari Litmanen could come in for Socrates at some point, or even instead of Bale, and then maybe get someone else, and that's a full Liverpool team. Not that you care, but I do. So we've just sold something else. Nothing worth too many coins there, but my transfer list is full of stuff. I need to get rid of it. So in terms of weekly objectives, I'm not doing Gaia. Didn't look at them the other day, completely forgot. Not doing Gaia because it just sounds like a lot of effort, you know, assist with defenders. It took me ages to do it. Well, not ages, but it took me long enough to do it last week. If I find that I'm at a loose end Tuesday, I'll do it, or Wednesday, I'll do it, right? But ultimately, I'm probably not going to try and do it. And then Stuani, I will do. I've done 8 of 20 already. It's just a case of finding some time. Never do it on the weekend because of weekend league. So I will find the time to do that. I'm currently 2 from 8 with Ljajic. And again, I would only want it for SBC fodder. But I think I will get round to doing that. It's a little bit difficult this week. People aren't too generous. Everyone is home win on PC. You can barely find a game that isn't home win. So it's not like I can even play to get it because people don't play games. But nobody is giving wins. Everybody is like going as home win, but if they're the away side, they quit. And then you match up against them again next search, and they expect you to ready up because they're the home team. It's like, well, if you helped me, I would have helped you, but I'm not helping you now. People are idiots. But it is what it is. I'm hoping I'll be able to get that done. In terms of the rest of these, I'll sort of pick them off as and when. Score using UEFA Champions League players in 6 separate matches. Oh, there we go. So we're on our way to get that rare goal pack. That is literally Origi doing that for me. So there you go. And then the rest of it, I probably won't do that because of that one. But we'll see what happens there. SBCs. We didn't go through these yesterday, of course. So today they dropped the guaranteed Turkish League Team of the Season SBC, and we did it instantly. I did it knowing it was bugged, right? But someone said in my chat, oh, I've just managed to pack a non-rare or a rare blah blah blah, whatever it was. I can't forget what it was. Someone was like, yeah, I've got Ander Herrera. Someone else said, yeah, I've got this. And people weren't getting Team of the Seasons. They were getting random, like 80 rated goal players. So my thought process was, just get it done, because there will be compensation. There always is for this sort of thing. Remember when we got given those free Team of the Seasons? There you go. So EA 3 minutes ago said the Superliga Team of the Season SBC has been temporarily disabled. We're expecting more news tomorrow for those affected. Brilliant. So I would imagine... Nearly sneezed. Going to leave it in. Just natural. So I would imagine... that we'll get all the players back that I used, because I wasn't too particular about who I used. I used a full La Liga team, incidentally. Just threw whatever in there. So fingers crossed we get all that back, and we should get a free Turkish League Team of the Season pack. The whole point of me doing it was in the hope that they gave us compensation. So let's go through this in order that they were released. So Diego Godin was released first, end of an era. The kit is there, we're not doing it, it's ugly. Diego Godin is a fantastic card. I would struggle to fit that in my team for chem. It's the only reason why I'm not considering it is the chemistry. Reactions, composure, defending, physical, everything across the board there, even passing, is literally perfect. The stamina at 76 isn't perfect, but I don't think you need good stamina for a centre-back anyway. That would be fine. That card is insane. And he's 6'2", high defensive work rate. It's literally perfect. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I wouldn't change anything. Chem style to boost the pace, and you've got yourself a 99 rated centre-back pretty much. There's just no two ways about it. The unfortunate thing is, it's so difficult to fit into my team for chem that I don't think I'll be able to do it. That kind of brings me to Sergio Ramos, really, because to be fair, Godin isn't even that expensive for what it is, right? It's 287 rated teams, an 84 and an 83. I'm not bothered by these because we have the informs. The 87 rated team and the other 87 rated team is definitely grindable, and to be fair, I'd be surprised if I didn't do this anyway. I'm very tempted to just get it done, especially if we can get some decent picks on Thursday and we can make it even cheaper, knock it out, job done. And then with other rewards as well, you never know, we might be able to get this, that and the other. The Sergio Ramos SBC, when they released this, I thought, well, this is going to be expensive, obviously. Three teams. I genuinely thought 287's 88, or maybe even 288 and then 89 or something. I thought they'd go crazy with it. Because, I mean, it's a good card, right? I don't think that's as good as Godin, to be fair. He's got a high attacking work rate as well, and he is only 6 foot. So I don't think it's as good as the Godin SBC. Well, not SBC, but the SBC card. It is still, it is class though. He just lacks a little bit of the composure. The defensive stats aren't quite as high, and he's not as tall, and he has a high attacking as opposed to high defensive. But you cannot argue with that price. 385 rated teams. Don't even worry about the informs, man. That's honestly, that's not even going to cost you that much money compared to just doing like an 87 rated team in general. I mean, 385 rated teams is brilliant, and you get some really good packs back for it as well. 50k Rare Electrum and the 35k pack, of course. I'm very tempted to do that, and I know you're thinking, well, just do both of them and they link together. Yeah, but then I can't use Van Dijk, and I can't use Alisson, and then that means I probably wouldn't be able to use Trent. You know, it would leave a lot out of my club or team that I want to keep in. If I get both of those, I then need to put Courtois in goal or Team of the Season Oblak, and then I need to go and get a left back or right back Team of the Season or whatever to link them in. and then I'm happy. But that means doing both of these, which is going to cost a bit anyway, and then going and buy more players to fit them into a defence that I don't have a problem with in the first place. So I'm not really sure where I stand on both of these. I'd like both of them, I really would. I think they're both very good SBCs. They're there for long enough that we can craft them. And if I can craft both of them, I will. Because it'll be nice to have maybe 2 teams or 2 sections in one team, if that makes sense. But either way, they released both of those. Insane value for money. And of course, they released the UEFA Marquee Matchups, which we completed, which I thought was very good. And I'd love to see that again. Probably never going to happen. I know a lot of people are having problems with it because they can't get hold of the UCL cards, and you have my sympathies there. But then they released Iñaki Williams today, and that card, okay, there's a few things here and there. Balance is awful. Aggression could be higher. Heading could be a little bit higher, and the composure could be a bit higher. But apart from that, I mean, that's me nitpicking. Apart from that, it's a great card. Very, very meta, right? And then, of course, 4-star skills. Shame about the weak foot, shame about the high defensive, but it's a little bit Roberto Firmino-esque, but a bit more height. 6'1", brilliant. It's a decent card, okay? Now, bear in mind how much Ramos was. We go and have a look at this. 84-85, 85-86. That is more expensive than Sergio Ramos. It's a 91 rated card that, okay, they play in different positions, but let's be honest, that Ramos card is better than Iñaki Williams for the position that he plays in. So, why is that more, with more informs as well, why is it more expensive to do that than it is to do Ramos? They've dropped the ball there, in my opinion. That's a little bit too much to be given up for Iñaki Williams. It should have been, I don't know what it should have been, but it shouldn't have been that. That's too much money. 284s and an 85 maybe, and I wouldn't be complaining. 285s and I wouldn't be complaining. But, you know, as much as that's just ridiculous. No foot swaps again, which is a shame because we could have talked about it. So long as foot swaps is good, and I'm guessing that'll be out tomorrow now. I'd be very surprised if it isn't. If foot swap has some good things, I think I'm going to make a conscious effort this week, or month I should say, to go for one of the top end items. I just want to grind for something, so I feel like going for one of the top ends is going to be something I'm interested in doing, providing they're good. You know, they need to be good items, but that remains to be seen. I'm kind of hoping that they can, even if they're not going to release a Bale SBC, which is what I really want, if they could release the Team of the Year nominee Bale as maybe a 14 token item or something, or even a Foot Birthday Bale as a 14 token item, that is something I'm going for and something that I'm doing, you know. But we'll have to wait till tomorrow for that. In terms of icons, people keep asking me, what are you building towards next? I may knock out Bobby Moore just to get the icon to put into something else, because I don't really want to give up one of my icons that I have right now. But I'm honestly thinking big here, and I have been looking at this. Well, not looking, but I've been thinking about this Ronaldinho. Not necessarily meta in terms of the way that I play the game. His heading is awful, but he does have a bit of height to him. You know, he's 5'11", 5-star skills is what I really want, and his stats are insane. I just love me a bit of Ronaldinho, right? So, I mean, I'm not saying, I'm guaranteed to do this next, but I have been looking at it, and I have seriously been considering it. Bit of a fun player to bring into the team, and also Patrick Vieira. It's a bit boring bringing Patrick Vieira in because he's so like, oh, another team with Patrick Vieira in it, brilliant. But it's a position I desperately need. You know, Ronaldinho isn't really a player in a position that I need. Vieira is. So, I think between maybe those two, people say, oh, Eusebio to link Ronaldo, but it doesn't really fit with what I have right now. There's a few other players in here, like Zanetti is a good one to go. Perez isn't a bad player to go out and get. Not that I'm saying he fits my team necessarily, but it's a nice cheap icon to have for the sake of having an icon. There are a few options here. If I opened up the floor and I said, look, we can go and do another icon, right? Who would you choose? Let me know. Bearing in mind what my team is and the way that I play the game, who do you think is better suited to my play style and a player that you think I would genuinely enjoy from all the icons that are available? Who do you think we should go for next? Zanetti is a solid option, very good CDM, bit on the short side, but we already have like Casemiro next to him, right? So I don't mind a bit of a little and large situation going on. We've got a Dennis Bergkamp is an option for Cam. We've had him before, but not the Moments. The baby icon I had, I think he was fantastic. The Moments looks even better, obviously. loads of options. Let me know in the comments who you think I should go for next. And also let me know how you're going on your Weekend League as well. Tomorrow I will show you where I am with Weekend League and how far we've come and how bad the weekend was. And we'll look at the foot swaps as well. If you have enjoyed it though, do me a favour and smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until the next time, goodbye.